For this video, I'll be showing how to set up Ansible Automation Platform MCP server with Bob. Bob is IBM's new AI-assisted IDE available for Windows, Mac OS, and Linux. We'll be publishing more videos on different AI clients. Sean's already made one for Cursor. There's another one for Copilot, which we'll link below. And if there's another particular client you'd like to see covered, also please comment that. For more use cases and examples, check out our video on 5 use cases with the Ansible Automation Platform MCP server. And before getting started, everything shown here today is documented in GitHub, so you can follow step-by-step instructions and even copy and paste our configuration files that we've already built. And all of these links will be provided in the video description below. The first thing we need to do is log into Ansible Automation Platform and create a token we can use for the MCP server. To do that, go to Access Management in the left-hand menu and click API Tokens. From here, we can create a token specifically for Bob. So click API Token. You can give it a name, Bob Demo. You can give it an OAuth application if you'd like, but it's optional, so it can be left blank. You'll also have the option to set the scope to read or write. For this, we're going to just keep it in write. And since authentication is tied directly to your user account, the user inherits the RBAC permissions of that user. So you don't have to set any other permissions within the token themselves. It'll be associated with the user. For example, because I'm using an admin account, the token has admin access. Once the token is created, it will be displayed one time only, so to make sure to copy it immediately. You won't be able to see this again. You'll only be able to edit the permissions, OAuth application, description, but you won't be able to see the actual token again, so make sure you get this copied to your clipboard. The next step is to configure some of your environment variables on your machine. There are a few ways to do this, but I'll show you one common approach. I added the variables to the last 2 lines of my ZSH startup configuration, but you could just as well use bash rc, another shell profile, whatever startup your terminal uses. In my setup, I added 2 environment variables, my service token, which stores the token we just created, and node TLS reject unauthorized. My token is just a placeholder. You would of course put your actual token in here. And then we also add the node TLS reject unauthorized because in my AAP environment, the MCP server is using a self-signed SSL certificate. So setting this equal to 0 tells node to skip the strict certificate verification so Bob can successfully connect to MCP over HTTPS. Keep in mind that this is mainly recommended for development or demo environments, not production, because disabling certificate validation reduces security and it makes your HTTPS connections less strict. This is just for a demo or non-production environment. Now that we have our environment variable set up, let's take a look at the IDE Bob. Here, I'm logged in and I want to click these 3 buttons here at the top and click MCP servers. And this is your first time configuring it. You won't see these, but you see I have my 6 MCP servers set up. We're going to take a look at global MCPs. You could also do project-wide, but for this video, I'm just going to show you configuring these globally that can be used in all of my projects. I click Edit, and you'll see I have configurations for 6 MCP servers. While there's only one MCP server running, it takes 6 virtual MCP servers, or what we call toolsets. These include job management, inventory management, system monitoring, user management, security compliance, and platform configuration. One thing to pay attention to is the naming length. In other videos on different IDEs, we had to shorten some of these tool names. In Bob, there's no tool name length restriction. So for a name like AAP MCP Inventory Management, there's no length of characters that we have to stand or that we have to worry about. Another important part of the configuration are the environment variable references. You'll see my service token, which injects the token that we set in the environment variables. You'll also see the type is set to streamable HTTP, which defines how Bob communicates with the MCP server. Here, you'll see the IP address. If you've watched any of our other setup videos, you'll see that this is injected with an environment variable. For Bob, we have to put the actual IP address directly in this JSON. Once you have this set up and saved, you can go back into settings, and this is when you'll see these 6 tools populated, and you'll see a green button, which means you're connected successfully. And if you click individually on these, you can see individual tool sets, which you can toggle on and off as needed, or you can toggle on and off the individual tool calls themselves. Another common issue you may run into is exceeding Cursor's total tool limit. In this case, we didn't exceed it, but In other IDEs which have lower tool limits, you can run into problems where you can't have all the tools active at the same time. In Cursor, in Bob, you don't run into this issue when connecting to the MCP server currently. It being a fork of VS Code, I'm going to guess it's 128 tools, which is more than what we need for this MCP server, but we haven't tested this. The good news is, though, even if you had too many tools, not everything needs to be enabled at the same time. You can toggle off entire tool sets or drill into specific tools, which you can set and disable if you don't need. This keeps performance smooth and avoid hitting client limits. To confirm everything is working, open up the chat pane on the right-hand side. Access a new agent chat. I'm testing with Sonnet 4.5, although other models have been seemingly working well. And we can ask it something like, what AP MCP servers do you have available? We're going to let it load for just a second. And look at that, you can see the different AAP MCP servers and a general overview of what they cover. Finally, to reiterate, I want to say that there's an entire GitHub repository with all of this information. There's a link in the description. It contains the full walkthrough of everything shown here today, including the exact configuration file I used in my environment, so you can copy and paste it directly, as well as the exact configuration files and slightly different steps for other IDEs for configuring AAP MCP server. So thanks for watching and happy automating.